Okay, so you start by taking these off. I already took this one off for show, but you gotta just wiggle and play with it. It is plastic, and it goes into these little rubber sockets. So you just make sure you don't break it when you do it. You know, just pull it gently, and then after the and I just want to mention, this is what is recommended by Yamaha for these type of bikes. It's the BP R70S NGK. Make sure it's a BP, not because there's a similar one that says BR70S that you can find in most hardware store. This one I usually have to order online. There's other brands that I'll show you at the end that you can also use, but that's what's recommended. And then make sure to pull some compressed air in there. There's always debris and stuff you want to, you know, falling into your cylinders. Do this on both sides, obviously. So I've already taken the cover off this side. We'll just blow the air in here and this is the tools you'll need. The electrical grease, extension, spark plug, 1316. They usually have a rubber inside just to prevent damaging the plug, wrench. And this is for torque, because you need to set it to 20 nms when you put it back in. I like to use some anti-seize just so it doesn't get stuck the next time I try to pick it up. Don't forget to gauge your spark plug using a gauge tool, and it needs to be at between 28 to 31 in the space. So then gently pull the spark wire off, the plug off, exposing the plug, and then remove the plug, obviously. Once you get the plug out, just inspect the spark plug, make sure. Well, this one is actually fairly new. I just use this for storage. This is the other type you can use. It's an E3, E3.22. You can usually find them in most hardware stores, crappy tires. They're usually in the lawnmower aisle, so I just use that for storage and stuff. And you know, inspect, make sure it's not wet or oil, or you know, just to determine if there's any issues with the engine itself. But this looks fairly clean. I mean, it hasn't really been used that much. So now before putting in the new plug, just make sure you get this boot off here, because they don't use it. So just remember to take this off. And I usually apply the electrical grease on the plug. This one's already been set to a 29 gauge, so it's ready to go. And then just reverse the technique. I'm not gonna test the spark. Actually, we're not gonna test the spark because that requires somebody else holding the phone or the camera, and I only have two hands, so sorry. And make sure to set the torque. What's recommended is 20 nms. So just about here. And there you go. That's 20 nm torque. And then the next step would be plug the wire back in. And if this happens to come apart, the cable, it's fine. You can just plug it back in. And most important is make sure the wire is actually plugged in, like it's not actually just sitting on the spark plug. Like, make sure it's, you know, it doesn't wiggle, or it's actually firmly, you know, installed, or the bike will probably turn off on you as you start to ride, or probably won't even start. And then put the cover back on, and obviously do the other side, which is the same steps as I showed you, and start the bike. You're good to go. Thanks.